Hello there, Team Breakers. I hope you are doing well. I am Patricia. Today, I wanted to do a video on how to make smart financial decisions in your 20s to set you up for your 30s. Now, let's be honest with you. How many of us make bad decisions? 21-year-old Patricia, I do not know her, a hot mess. We make bad decisions with our relationships, with our food choices, with our career choices, and yes, with our money. And some of them, can scar us for life. The bad boyfriends, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? And some of us actually end up following us in a way that is not amazing. And often I think that happens with some of the financial mistakes that we make during that time. And what's crazy to me is that we are kind of thrown into the big old world, or should I say literally the shark infested waters, with all these responsibilities. Adulting is hard. Mortgages, responsibilities, credit payments, fees, Deliveroo. We've got all of these things to deal with, and there's no equipment when it comes to dealing with our finances. And they don't teach us in school about any of it, basically. So I'm here to give you a little hand on some smart financial decisions you can make in your 20s to set you up for the long term. So number one, this is for my education lovers, those who choose to go to university. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but do not take the entire student loan if you don't need to. I know that, you apply for the entire grant. How much money can you get? The entire maintenance, the tuition fees, you get everything. And I found personally that I had some extra cash. Not lots. I wouldn't say that I had an extra 3,000 to 5,000 to throw around. I was using my student loan to buy clothing from Primark. This is a thing I was actually doing. When that maintenance loan dropped, I was shopping, okay? Not the wisest decision that I could have made. But I do think that there's some students who are probably taking the entire amount they can possibly take because it's free money. However, when they say free, it's never free. There are costs that follow you throughout your life, and student loan debt is very annoying. In the UK, it's pretty cheap in that it doesn't have a high interest amount associated with it, and they only take out the payments once you start earning after a certain amount. But I know in America, the amount you pay on student loan is absolutely insane. I feel for you guys. It's absolutely painful. And I'm at this point in time is it actually that worth it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and hit the like button while you're there as well. But if you can avoid borrowing the entire amount, don't do it if you don't have to, because it's not free. It's never free. So my next point is to avoid credit like the plague. Please, please, please. If you don't need that thing, if it's not an essential, and if you don't have the money in your bank account to buy that thing, leave it. Leave it. Please. Credit is one of those things that once you start getting into the mindset and the habit of using other people's money to buy you the things you need because it's cheap or it's free or I can pay it in little installments, it just sets you up on this road for failure. Because once these payments start outweighing your income, this is when it becomes a problem and people get into a lot of debt. What you really want to do in your 20s is to develop the habit of cutting your cloth according to your size, okay? Just cut your cloth. That's what my mum would say, okay? Earn a certain amount of money and spend a certain amount of money. 1 + 1 is not 7, okay? I think often credit has lulled a lot of people into a sense of comfort. Well, I can just get credit, oh, my payment's only £300 a month and I can afford that. Listen, interest, long run, credit profile, it's all impacted and it isn't great. And I found that even for myself personally and my friends who were sold credit, the credit dream, get a credit card, a store card. What do you need a store card for? Credit for clothing. It's never that deep, let's be real, okay? But I found that actually the mistakes that they made credit-wise when they were younger is what is following them on in their later life and actually impacting a lot of things that happen to them. So avoid it. Now, I know I just said avoid credit. However, I would also say use credit to build your profile. Sounds like an oxymoron, but there's a difference. Proactively using credit on payments of transactions that you are already going to pay and you can afford and pay in full is a valuable task to do to at least build a credit profile. It's important to have a good credit profile to show the kind of behaviors you have when it comes to having and managing money. And this is valuable when it comes to getting a mortgage and in some cases even applying for certain jobs. So if you do want to use credit, use it wisely. Pay for things that you are already going to need in your life, essentials, things such as your food, groceries within your budget, things such as your rent, electric bill or something like that, things that are essentials, and then make sure you have enough money from your income to cover that and pay it off in full where you can, or at least keep your credit utilization low. I know this is gonna be annoying, I know it's gonna be annoying, but I'm gonna say in your 20s, work. Work. Listen, I know everybody's like, how can I make money when I just sit at home, passive income? Great. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't want to do the work. That's what happens. In your 20s, you don't need passive income. You want more income, but what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing? Sitting down, kicking back. Come on. Your legs are working the best they're ever going to work. Your eyes are working better than ever. Your brain is functioning and you don't have too many responsibilities. Now is the time where you can work. You can work on yourself. You can work on your learning and development. You can pick up multiple side hustles and you can socialize at the same time. Listen, now more than ever, there is great opportunity to make money online. You can do side gigs on Fiverr, for example. You can run Instagram ads. You can manage people's social media. You can walk dogs. You can house sit. There are so many side hustles that you can do right now. I feel tired, okay? In my 20s, I never took naps. Who needs a nap? I don't need a nap. You don't need a nap if you're 20. No, wake up, go and work, use your legs. I'm sorry, I'm having a great time just dissing all you young people who are tired. Now is not the time to do that. It's now time to really work on developing yourself and increasing your income. And of course, you want multiple sources of income. You want passive income, but you have to do initial work to get the revenue to invest. Yeah, make moves, because when you're 30 plus, you'll be like, let me just actually put my foot up. But while you're doing that, make sure you're enjoying. Don't burn out. The next thing to do is start saving and investing little and often. And I think what you want to do is set up a goal, a number in your head, a figure that isn't too large to put aside on a monthly basis. No questions asked. It has to be done. Automate it out of your bank account. When it comes to investing and saving, it's not actually about putting a large amount in. It's actually about developing a consistent habit and making it just a thing that you do. If you want to put aside £100 every single month, no question asked, do that. The beautiful principle of compound interest really comes into play. The earlier you start putting money in investments, the better. The more it compounds and the more it grows. The longer your money is invested, the bigger it is. So you don't have to wait till you have more money to start investing or saving. Start now with a little number, make a commitment and do it. That's the one thing I wish I did. I had spare cash. I had like at least 100 quid. I probably did have that money, but instead I was buying snake bites. Really? Drinks? Really? Lambrini? Really? Come on. White wine spritzers was me. I was a bit of an alky when I was that young, I'm not gonna lie. But I wish I would have put some of that money aside and let that just grow and occur in my different savings and investment accounts. Do not opt out of your company pension. Don't do it. I did it. I remember when I got my first good old job, right? And like you're filling out the forms and they were talking about the company pension. I was like, what is a pension? Like, no, give me all my money. I don't want to put money into a pension. I didn't want to do it because I didn't understand what a pension was. But my advice now is just don't do it. Ensure that you are using all the resources when it comes to retirement planning and pension planning that your companies or firms that you work with may have on offer. The reason why pensions are so valuable is because they are the cheapest and freest money that you will ever receive. Basically, in short, and I think I've got a whole video on pensions somewhere, I'll put it on the screen here, but it's free money, and it's taken out before your taxes, so you do not have to pay tax on that. So imagine now you receive your salary after tax, right? And then you try and save and invest that money, and let's say 20% is off of it. That money is a lower amount. But if the money is taken out before tax, then you have a greater pool of money to invest. Basically, pensions are free money. Utilize them. Don't opt out. Love this one. Okay, so this one is very important. Do not fall for the lifestyle inflation trick. Don't do it. Don't do it. Honestly, I did this, right? And the lifestyle inflation is that every time you earn a little bit more, you upgrade your lifestyle a little bit more, okay? You got a new job, you got a bonus, you got a promotion. You now spend every single time. Your money comes in, your lifestyle is even exceeding the money that came in just because it happened. I get it. Celebrate your wins, celebrate your new job, celebrate your success of your business doing well. But rather than spending the new money that you've got in, why not invest that? Because in the long run, that means that the money will be exponentially more. And this is how a lot of millionaires and rich people end up going very, very broke. Every time they book a new check, every time they get a new gig, they spend it all. They spend it all because they're trying to keep up with the lifestyle, keep up with the Joneses. It's okay. Stay with your lifestyle here. When you want to make lifestyle upgrades, make sure that they are part of your overall goal. If you set a goal for 25, if you set a goal for 28, if you set a goal for 30, until you're hitting those milestones, don't just make changes in your life because you got a check. Don't do it, because it's a very slippery slope in the long run to keep upgrading your life. I'm speaking to you, but I'm hoping that your check, it upgrades, but your lifestyle doesn't until you want it to. Set a consistent saving goal and stick to it no matter what. And the best way to do that is by automating. When it comes to setting this goal, make it small, make it attainable, but make it something that you do all the time. This isn't really a specific monetary one, but it is learn to say no. And I think that when you learn like personal discipline, when you are in your 20s, it will follow you throughout your life. There's a lot of pressure to keep up, to stay up, to go here, to do this thing, for the drinks, for the whatever, to meet someone here, and you don't have the resources. It's okay to say, I can't make it, I'm sorry, I can't do it, I'm sorry. Not even I'm sorry, I can't make it, my funds are not matching the opportunity right now. Be honest with yourself, you will feel more confident in that. I'd also say in your 20s, and maybe I'll get specific about this if you guys want me to talk about how to actually start a business in your 20s, give this video a thumbs up and we'll do it. Let's talk about this in the comments. But when you are in your 20s, it's the best time ever to actually take some risks. Yeah, I said it, take some risks. Spend some money after you've invested in yourself on creating something. If you have an idea, if you have a vision or something you want to do, now is the time where you have less responsibilities, less expenses, and less dependence. This is very, very, very important to at least try something. And I think one of the things as people get older will say that they regret that they never did something or they never tried something. While you are young, try it. If you're thinking about it, do it. Don't be scared. You can mess up. It's okay to mess up like 4 or 5 times. Mess up a lot when you're in your 20s because all it takes is for one thing to stick. So guys, that is it from me. Those are some of the smart financial things that I think you can do in your 20s that will set you up for your 30s and beyond. I wish someone would have said these things to me. Sometimes you just need a kick up the backside. And I even think some of it might be valuable even in your 30s and onwards. So guys, leave a comment, hit this like button, and make sure you're following us over on Instagram because we have a lot coming. We have a lot coming that I cannot wait to share. So yeah, we'll catch up later. Bye.